Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about square numbers, perfect squares, patterns and properties of perfect squares. Do you know why are these numbers 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36 and so on are called square numbers? You can see here, when side is 1 unit, area is 1 square unit. When side is 2 units, area is 4 square units. When side is 3 units, area is 9 square units. If we'll continue the pattern, when side is 10 units, area will be 100 square units. From this, we can conclude that numbers like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100 and so on can be used to represent the geometric shape of a square. That's why these are called square numbers. And the square numbers are also called perfect squares. Or in other words, we can say these numbers can be arranged in a square pattern of dots. That's why these are called square numbers. Notation for squares. Square of 1 can be written as 1 square because 1 is multiplied to itself 2 times. So here the power of 1 is 2. Similarly, square of 2 can be written as 2 squares, square of 3 as 3 square, square of 4 as 4 square, square of 5 as 5 square, square of 19 as 19 square and square of 25 as 25 square. And for any natural number n, its square can be written as n square. Now let us solve some questions. Can you find out the square of 25? Square of 25 can be written as 25 into 25. And if we multiply 25 by 25, answer is 625. So 25 square is 625. Now let us find out square of 4 by 5. We can also read it as 4 by 5 whole square. You can see here I am writing 4 by 5 inside bracket because this is also same as 4 square by 5 square. And if we'll solve it, it will be 4 into 4 by 5 into 5 which is equals to 16 by 25. Next, let us find out square of 1.2. And if we'll solve this, it will be 1.2 into 1.2 which is equals to 12 into 12, that is 144. And if we'll see the question, you can see after point there are 2 digits. So in our answer also, after point there will be 2 digits. Answer will be 1.44. Now let us complete this table. 1 square equals to 1 into 1, 1. Square of 2 will be equals to 2 into 2, 4. Square of 3 is 3 into 3, 9. Square of 4 equals to 4 into 4, 16. Square of 5, that is 5 into 5, 25. Square of 6, 6 into 6, 36. And if we'll continue, we'll get square of 7 as 49. 8 square equals to 64. 9 square equals to 81. 10 square equals to 100. Square of 11 is 11 into 11, 121. Square of 12 equals to 144. 13 square is 169. 14 square is 196. 15 square is 225. 16 square equals to 256. 17 square is 289. 18 square is 324. 19 square is 361. 20 square equals to 400. 21 square equals to 441. 22 square equals to 484. Then 23 square will be equals to 23 into 23, that is 529. Square of 24 is 576. Square of 25 is 625. Square of 26 is 676. Square of 27 is 729. 28 square is equals to 784. 29 square equals to 841, and square of 30 is 900. Here we can see all the square numbers or all the squares end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, and none of them end with the digit 2, 3, 7 or 8. From this we can conclude that all the square numbers end with the digits 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, and none of the square number end with 2, 3, 7, 8. Here is a question. If a number ends with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, is it always a perfect square or is it always a square? Let's find out. For example, if we'll take 25, this is square of 5. So in this case, answer is yes. But if we'll take another number 35, this is not a square number. So here answer is no. If we'll take 121, this number ends with 1 and it's square of 11. So answer is yes in this case. But if we'll take 21, this number also ends with 1. But this is not a square number. So here answer is no. So from this we can conclude that the numbers which end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9 are not always squares. Here is one more question. Write 5 numbers such that you can determine by looking at their unit digits that they are not squares. We know that square numbers never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. So we can write any number which ends with these digits 2, 3, 7 and 8. Here you can see I have written some of the numbers. You can write many more numbers which have 2, 3, 7 or 8 at their unit place. Now let us take some of the numbers which have 1 at their unit place. Here I have taken square of 1, and if we find out square of 1, it's 1. Next number is 11 and its square is 121. Next number is 21 and its square is 441. Here you can observe all these numbers are having 1 at their unit place. And the square of these numbers are also having 1 at their unit place. Next we'll find out square of the numbers which are having 9 at their unit place. Square of 9 is 81. Square of 19 is 361. Square of 29 is 841. You can see in the numbers the unit place is 9 and their squares ends with the digit 1. So from this we can say if a number is having 1 or 9 at its unit place, then its square ends with 1. Here I have taken some of the numbers which are having 2 and 8 at their unit place. Square of 2 is 4. Square of 12 is 144. Square of 22 484. Square of 8 is 64. Square of 18 is 324 and 28 square is 784. You can see in all these cases the square ends with 4. So from this we can conclude that if a number is having 2 or 8 at its unit place, then its square ends with the digit 4. Next, I have taken some numbers which are having 3 or 7 at their unit place. Square of 3 is 9, square of 13 is 169, square of 23 is 529, square of 7 is 49, 17 square is 289, 27 square is 729. Here you can observe all the squares of these numbers ends with 9. So from this we can conclude that if a number is having 3 or 7 at its unit place, then its square will have the digit 9 at their unit place. Next, I have taken some numbers which ends with 4 or 6. Or we can say these numbers are having 4 or 6 at their unit place. And we can see in their squares 6 is there at unit place. So from this we can say that if a number is having 4 or 6 at its unit place, then its square ends with the digit 6. Next, I have taken some of the numbers which ends with 5. Square of 5 is 25, square of 15 is 225, square of 25 is 625. And you can see square of all these numbers 5, 15, 25 ends with the digit 5. So from this we can conclude that if a number is having 5 at its unit place, then its square ends with the digit 5. Now let us solve this question. Which of the following numbers have the digit 6 in the unit place? We know that if a number is having 4 or 6 at its unit place, then its square ends with the digit 6. Here 34, 46, 56 and 74. These numbers are having 4 and 6 at their unit place. So the square will end with 6. So our answer is 34, 46, 56 and 74. Here are some numbers which end with zeros. Let us find out their squares. 10 square is 10 into 10, 100. 20 square is 20 into 20, 400. And 40 square is 40 into 40, 1600. Here we can see the numbers end with 1 zero, but their squares end with 2 zeros. Similarly, in all these cases, we can see the numbers end with 2 zeros, while their squares end with 4 zeros. So in the squares, the number of zeros are getting doubled. From this, we can conclude that if a number ends with n zeros, its square will end with 2n number of zeros. Now, let us solve this question. If a number contains 3 zeros at the end, how many zeros will its square have at the end? As the number is having 3 zeros at the end, then its square will have double of 3, that is 6. So 6 zeros. The next question is, what do you notice about the number of zeros at the end of a number and the number of zeros at the end of its square? We have noticed that the number of zeros in the end of square are getting doubled. So we can say if the number ends with n zeros, then its square will end with 2n number of zeros. Next it is asked, will this always happen? Yes, it will always happen. Next, can we say that squares can only have an even number of zeros at the end? Here answer is yes, because a square number ends with 2n zeros, which is 2 into n. That means 2 is a factor. So it's even. Here is the next question. What can you say about parity of a number and its square? Here is the word parity. Parity of a number means whether that number is odd or even. If a number is odd, then its square will be odd into odd, that is odd. If a number is even, then its square will be even. So parity of an odd number is always odd and parity of an even number is always even. So this is all for today. Let us meet in the next video.